Okay, so welcome back to this another video where we have finished with the ESI syllabus and now we are starting with government schemes. I have already covered government scheme of Ministry of Farmers and Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare's all these schemes. Now we are covering Ministry of Rural Development and let us see what schemes we have to cover. Okay, so we have to begin with VBG Act. MGNREGA was a flagship program aimed at enhancing livelihood security by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment each year. But now I think we have changed, right? Key features of the act. Let us go into this. Act provides 125 days of employment per rural household instead of 100 days of employment in each financial year. The employment will be provided to each rural households whose adult members volunteer to undertake unskilled manual work. There will be aggregated 60 days no work period to ensure availability of agriculture period. There will be aggregated 60 day no work period to ensure availability of agricultural labor during peak sowing and harvesting season. Okay. This 60 days period will be notified by the state government in advance. Working hours of an adult worker may be flexible but shall not go beyond 12 hours a day. The employment shall be provided within a radius of 5 kilometers. If not, 10% of the wage shall be provided as extra wage. A period of employment shall be for at least 6 days continuously with not more than 6 days in a week. Worksite facilities, the facilities of safe drinking water, shade for children and periods of rest, first aid box with adequate material for emergency treatment for minor injuries shall be provided at the worksite. Disbursement of wages. The disbursement of daily wages shall be made on weekly basis and not later than a fortnight after the day on which such work was done. Okay, so the maximum disbursement shall be made within 7 days or after 7 days, and it should not increase more than 15 days. The work rate will be notified by the central government. And unemployment allowance. Okay, let us see what unemployment allowance. A daily unemployment allowance becomes payable after 15 days of application of work. The liability for an unemployment allowance rests on the states. Priority infrastructure development. Employment creation is integrated with infrastructure development through 4 priority verticals: water security, core rural infrastructure, livelihood related infrastructure, special works to mitigate extreme weather events. Then we have women empowerment. At least 1/3 of the beneficiaries must be women. A distinct schedule of rates for women facilitate their productive employment. Crèche facilities will be provided at worksites where 5 or more children under 5 years accompany working women. So crèche facility is basically a place where the woman can keep her infant child and she can work without any tension. Just give me a second. Let me just widen this up and keep it this way. Then it is okay. So, Gramin Rozgar Guarantee Card. The beneficiary shall be issued Gramin Rozgar Guarantee Card. Special Gramin Rozgar Guarantee Card shall be issued in case of following beneficiaries: a single woman, a person with disability, persons above 60 years of age, a released bonded laborer, a person belonging to a PVTG, a transgender person. Gramin Rozgar Guarantee Card. This card is valid for 3 years. The beneficiary shall be issued Gramin Rozgar Guarantee Card. Okay. Viksit Bharat National Rural Infrastructure Stack. All assets created will be aggregated into, okay, to ensure unified coordinated, okay. Planning is decentralized through Viksit Gram Panchayat plans. The plan shall be prepared locally and spatially integrated into the national system such as PM Gati Shakti. Then we have financial outlay of rupees 1,551,000 crores. This includes wages, etc. Funding pattern. Now this is important. Center 60%, 90 and 100. Implementation and monitoring. Central and state Gramin Rozgar guarantee councils. It will provide policy guidelines, review implementation and strengthen accountability. National and state steering committees for providing strategic direction, convergence and performance review. Panchayat Raj institutions. They will lead planning and execution. District program coordinators and program officers. They will manage planning, compliance, payments and social audits. Gram Sabhas play a strengthened role in conducting social audits and ensuring transparency through access to all the records. Transparency and Accountability Act equips the central government. The Act equips the central government with clear enforcement powers. It authorizes the center to investigate complaints relating to implementation and suspend funds releases. Okay. So this was the new amendment, that was BBG Act to the existing MGNREGA scheme. So now we will see the original MGNREGA that was being continuous for many years. MGNREGA was enacted in 2005. It came into force in 2006. Act guarantees 100 days of wage employment per year every rural households. So it is basically the same. They have just modified few bit. Application can be submitted orally. The job card must be issued within 15 days. Wages and payments. Work proximity 5 kilometer radius. So I think they have increased the work proximity also, right? So it is 5 only. Okay. Asset creation, technological integration, social audits, women participation 1/3. So it is basically the same, but they have just added some extra layer of details into the new VB Ramji Act. So now let us move to PM Awas Yojana Gramin. To provide Pukka houses with essential amenities to rural poor families, aiming to enhance their living standards and promote social equity. Launch year is 2016. Eligibility: households without shelter or living in kacha houses. Households with 0 or 2 rooms in kucha walls and roofs. Beneficiaries identified through SECC 11 Awas Plus surveys. Gram Sabhas. Okay. A new survey using Awas 2024 mobile app is being conducted for the next phase. Priority is given to female-headed households with no adult male population members, destitute households, households with disabled members, families with no adult aged. Minimum 60% of the target should be SC/ST. Here they have given more importance to SC/ST, almost 60%. Okay. Automatic inclusion. Following categories of people are automatically included in the list of beneficiaries: households without shelter, destitute living on alms, manual scavengers, primitive tribal groups, legally released bonded laborers. Automatic exclusion. There are 10 automatic exclusion criteria. Conditions such as ownership of a fishing boat or a motorized two-wheeler have been removed. The income limit has been raised to 15,000 per month. Okay, so even if your income is about 15,000, then you can easily get into the scheme. And even if you have a two-wheeler or even if you have a fishing boat, then too you can claim benefits under the scheme. Key elements: target number of houses built by 2.95 crore, 1 crore, 1.95 crore. The scheme was extended till March 2024. The scheme has been extended again till 28-29. Financial assistance 1.2 lakh rupees. Let me highlight this. 1.2 lakh rupees houses in plain areas, 1.3 lakh rupees in hilly and union territories, 12,000 rupees for construction of toilet through convergence of Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, loans with financial institutions for an amount up to 70,000 or 7 lakh. Let me see. 70,000 at a low interest rate, willing of 3% to willing beneficiaries. Outlays of 3,000 crores. Funding pattern is same, 60-40. Minimum house size must be 25 square meters, including hygienic cooking area. Conversions with other schemes. LPG connection via Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Access to pipe drinking water through Jal Jeevan Mission. Employment provisions. 95% days of unskilled wage unemployment employment under MGNREGA. Technology integration. Implementation through Awas Soft and Awas Plus applications for transparency and geotagging of houses for tracking progress. Okay, so we just got to know that there are some criterias, and if you match these certain criterias, you can avail some benefits, and these benefits are these many, like 1.2 lakh rupees if you have a house in a plain area that is a plateau and not a hilly region, and some extra benefits as well. And centers outlays around 60% and states outlays around 40%. Okay, then we have PM Gram Sadak Yojana to provide all-weather road connectivity to unconnected rural habitats, thereby uplifting the socio-economic status of rural areas. Launch year was 2000. Implementing agency is National Rural Infrastructure Development Corporation. Rural habitation with a population of 500 or more in plain areas are eligible. In northeastern region, it is 250 or more, and in left-wing extremism, a population of 100 or more. Okay, funding pattern is 60-40. Construction standards. Roads are built according to the standards laid down by Indian Roads Congress. Phase-wise implementation. 3.6 lakh phase 2. Phase 3. Focus on consolidating 125 kilometers of road network. Improved access to Gramin agricultural markets. Higher secondary schools. Phase 4 is important. Aims to connect 25,000 unconnected habitations. 62,000 of kilometers of road will be constructed or upgraded. Total outlay is 70,000 crores. That is huge. You need to remember separate outlays for previous phases. Okay. Use of technology. Adopting of innovative technology like waste plastic, fly ash, steel slags, and in construction. Cold mix technology for eco-friendly construction. PM Gati Shakti portal for alignment planning and DPR preparation. OMAS online management monitoring and accounting system. It monitors implementation of all PMGSY works on real-time basis. E-Marg has been introduced to enhance the focus of maintenance of roads during the defect liability period and also streamlining the delivery of routine maintenance of roads. Payment to the contractor is made through this application, which is based on the minimum condition of road, its cross drainage works and traffic assets. Project completion timeline. Normal deadline is 9 months. Extension is up to 12 months. Hill roads is 18 months. Tribal and backward is 24. Special projects in left-wing extremism affected areas. Road connectivity launched in 11,000 crores for strategically important roads in 44 worst affected LWE districts and adjoining areas. Implemented in Andhra Pradesh and these following areas. Okay, fine. So we are done with PM Gram Sadak Yojana. This is for rural development, obviously. Now let's move to Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, NRLM. Objective to reduce poverty by enabling poor households to access gainful self-employment and skilled wage employment opportunities, resulting in sustainable and diversified livelihood options for the poor. Launch year. It was launched by restructuring the erstwhile Swarna Jayanti Gramin Swarozgar Yojana 2013. In 2016, the program was renamed to Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Mission. It is implemented in all 26 states and 6 union territories, not implemented in Delhi and Chandigarh because they are somewhat more urbanized areas and metropolitan areas. Key elements, components. The mission has 4 components: social mobilization, community institutions, and capacity building. Financial inclusion, livelihood promotion, and convergence. Universal social mobilization. At least one member of each identified rural family, preferably a woman, is brought under SHG network in a time-bound manner. Subsequently, both women and men would be organized for addressing livelihood issues, that is, farmers' organization. Okay, 50% of the beneficiaries are SC/ST, 15% are minorities, and 3% with persons with disability. Women SHGs consists of 10 to 20 members. In case of special SHGs, groups in the difficult areas, groups with disabled persons, may have a minimum of 5 members. SHG women are trained as community resource persons, CRPs. Krishi Sakis, Pashu Sakis, Bank Sakis, Bima Sakis, Banking Correspondent Sakis, etc. Krishi Sakis. She is a community agricultural service provider who promotes awareness and builds community capacity in sustainable agriculture. She also facilitates the aggregation and marketing of agricultural produce. Bank Sakhi, trained SHG member stationed at a bank branch to support SHG with financial services. Pashu Sakhi, ensure last mile livestock services. Financial assistance to self-help groups. Revolving fund of 20,000 and 30,000 as a corpus is provided to SHG to meet the members' credit needs directly. Eligibility of SHGs for revolving funds. SHG in existence for a minimum period of 3 to 6 months. SHG following the norms of good SHGs, that is Panchayat, vis-a-vis regular meeting, regular saving, regular internal lending, regular recoveries, and maintenance of proper books of account. SHGs which have not received any RF earlier will be eligible. Capital subsidy. No capital subsidy will be sanctioned by any SHG under Deen Dayal Upadhyaya. Okay, that is rural development. Community investment fund. It is provided to the SHG in all blocks. CIF is used by the federations to advance loans to SHGs or to undertake common collective socio-economic activities. Participatory identification of poor. Under DNRLM, beneficiaries are identified by the method of PIP, that is participation of the poor in the process of identifying the target group. It is a community-driven, transparent process that replaces BPL lists to identify rural poor households. It is facilitated by village organization and community resource persons. It uses participatory tools. Its list is finalized by PIP processes vetted in Gram Sabha approved by Gram Panchayat. Okay. Emphasis on training, capacity building, and skill development. Universal financial inclusion. DNRLM works towards achieving universal financial inclusion beyond basic banking services to the all poor household, SHGs and their federations. Financial literacy among the poor is promoted and capital is provided to the SHGs and their federations. Coordination with the financial sector and encourage use of ICT based financial technologies, business correspondent and community facilitators like Bank Mitras. The mission ensures rural self-employment training institutes. Is built upon model pioneering collaborative partnership with SDMA Trust and Canara Bank. The model envisages transforming unemployed youth into self-employed entrepreneurs through a short duration of experimental learning, lending to SHGs and their individual members. Eligibility criteria for SHG to avail loans: should be active for the existence of at least 6 months, should be practicing Panchasutras, okay, Defund SHGs revived to continue to give minimum period of 3 months. Loan amount. SHGs may avail either term loan or cash credit limit or both based on their requirements. Cash credit limit. In case of cash credit limit, banks are advised to sanction a maximum amount of 6 lakh rupees at each eligible SHGs. Duration for the loan shall be period of 3 years. DP drawing power is calculated in the first year. For the first year, 6 times of the existing corpus, that is minimum 1.5 lakh rupees. Second year, 8 times, that is 3 lakh rupees. Third year, maximum of 6 lakhs. Fourth year, above 6 lakh. Term loans, 6 times for the existing corpus, 8 times, minimum 6 lakh and above 6 lakh. Corpus is inclusive of revolving funds on savings. Okay. Loans to SHG members, loans up to 10 lakh rupees provided to individual members of select matured well-performing SHGs. The individual should be running a viable economic enterprise. Banks will provide minimum overdraft facility of rupees 5,000 to every woman SHG member having a Jan Dhan account. One woman in every SHG under day NRLM may be provided a loan up to 1 lakh rupees. Purpose of loan: used by members for meeting social needs, high costs, debt swapping, construction, repair of house, construction of toilets, taking up sustainable livelihoods. At least 50% of the loans above 1 lakh, 75% of the loan above 4 lakh should be used primarily for income generating productive purposes. Repayment schedule: the first dose of loan within 36 months, 48 months, 48 and 60. Collateral: for loans to self-help group up to 10 lakh rupees, no collateral or margin would be obtained. For loans to SHG above 10 lakh and up to 20 lakh, no collateral. A margin exceeding 10% of the loan amount is obtained as per bank's approved loan policy. So that was for day NRLM livelihood mission. Okay, so let us move to Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gramin Kaushalya Yojana DDU-GKY. Objective: to empower rural poor youth by equipping them with industry relevant skills, creating sustainable employment opportunities for them. All rural youths in the age group of 15 to 35 years. For SC/ST, 45 years. The beneficiary must be 18 years of age by training completion for placement. Beneficiaries will be identified by a process called participatory identification of poor. Other categories of beneficiaries include from MGNREGA worker household at least 15 days of work in the previous financial year, youth from a household with RSBY card, youth from household who have been issued Outlay and Yojana card. Key elements: the scheme provides training for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. On the job training is also provided for the duration of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days and 120 days. Training cost per candidate: category 1 rupees 49 per hour, category 2 42 rupees, category 3 35 rupees per hour. Special area allowances include additional 10% boarding and lodging for residential courses. X category cities at 375 rupees, Y category at 315, Z category at 250 rupees. Travel support: one-time travel support at 4,500 rupees per candidate. Guaranteed placement: provision of guaranteed placement for at least 70% of trained candidates, which is good. Post placement support: placement within districts of domicile, 1,270 rupees per month for 2 months. Placement within state of domicile, 1,270 per month for 3 months. Placement outside state of domicile, 1,270 per month for 6 months. Job Mela. Job Mela are to be organized by SRLM at the block and GP level. This brings potential employers and local youth face to face. Funding for job melas: 50,000 per job fair at the GP level and Gram Panchayat level, and 1 lakh rupees per block level. Migration support centers. Training and placement involves training rural youth and placing them in jobs away from their native districts or even states. In such cases, MSCs are being opened within the state to support well-trained candidates to migrate for work. Funding is rupees 30 lakh rupees per center per year. Components of DDU-GKY. Himayat. It is a special initiative for UT of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. It covers both urban and rural youths. It is 100% centrally sponsored component. Roshni. It is a special initiative for left-wing extremism affected areas and aspirational districts. Under this initiative, skill development courses are mandatorily residential with coverage of 40% of women candidates. Okay, fine. And then we have Digital India Land Records Modernization Program to establish a modern, transparent and integrated land records management system that ensures real-time access to land data, minimizes land-related disputes and promotes efficient utilization of land resources. Launched at reconstruction in 2016. Eligibility: all states and UTs, 100% central funding. Key elements: unique land parcel identification number ULPIN, a 14-digit alphanumeric code based on geo coordinates assigned to each land parcel, implemented in 29 states. Integrated land information management creates a unified platform connecting land records with registration and revenue data, enables data sharing among landholders. National Generic Document Registration System standardizes property registration procedure nationwide, features online appointments, appointed by 18 states, adopted by 18 states. Transliteration of land records converts land records into 22 languages, currently operation in 17 states. E-court integration connects land records with judicial system, approved within 26 states. Then we have modern record rooms, establishes digitized secure land record storage at the Tehsil level. Bhumi Samman awards district achieving 99% of land records. Computerization of revenue codes integrates revenue codes with digitized land records for efficient dispute handling, includes other linked consent-based services for transparency. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, then we move on to Mission Amrit Sarovar. Two objectives to conserve water for future generations by building and restoring water bodies, ponds, improving water security, encouraging sustainable water management practices. 2022. The scheme is applicable to all districts. National target is 50,000 Amrit Sarovars. Minimum area of ponds 1 acre. Minimum water holding capacity is 10,000 cubic meter. Mission period is till 2023. Whole of government approach. With participating, these many ministries are participating. Technical partner is Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Application and Geoinformatics. A centralized digital platform has been provided by National Informatics Center to track real-time progress. Funding: MGNREGA and Watershed Development Components. 15 Finance Commission grants. Har Khet Ko Pani public contribution. Monitoring: 2 dedicated Prabharis for each Amrit Sarovar will be positioned, that is Panchayat Pratinidhi and Panchayat level officer. Panchayat Pratinidhi will act as citizen supervisor, will be responsible for faithful and fair execution of the Amrit Sarovar. Panchayat level officer will monitor the progress and ensure faithful implementation of the mission. Top performing states: Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. And then we have Namo Drone Didi Yojana. I think Namo Drone Didi Yojana is the last one. To empower women through self-help groups by providing drones for agricultural rental services such as fertilizers and pesticide application, aiming to modernize agriculture and enhance rural livelihoods. Launch year is 2024, targeting 15,000 women SHGs and 1,200 crores. Financial assistance of 80% subsidy for SHG purchasing drones and accessories. Loans available under agriculture infra financing with at least 3% interest subvention. Includes drones with spraying assemblies, additional batteries, downward facing cameras, chargers, anemometers, pH meters and measurable tools. Comes with 1 year on-site warranty and 2 years annual maintenance contract. Then we have skill development. Each SHG nominates a woman for training up to 15 days in drone operation and agricultural applications for medium class drones. 10 days mandatory drone pilot training, additional 5 days training for agricultural purposes of nutrients. For small class drones, 7 days mandatory drone pilot training. A drone assistant trained for repair and maintenance. The drone manufacturer shall provide these trainings as a packages along with the supply of drones. Critical for selection of drone pilot training. Minimum age 18 years, maximum 50 years. Minimum education 10th class. After undergoing the remote pilot training and obtaining a remote pilot certificate, she will be called as Drone Didi. Criteria for selection of drone assistant. 18 years, 10th class. Role of lead fertilizer companies. Implement the program at the state level, coordinating with department manufacturers and SHGs. LFCs act as a bridge between drone manufacturing companies and SHGs. The LFCs will sign MOU with drone suppliers. Drones will be supplied with warranty. Drone package has annual maintenance contract of subsequent 2 years. Role of lead fertilizing companies. Okay. Drone package has annual maintenance contract of 2 years. And what was the warranty? Comes with a 1 year on-site warranty and 2 years annual maintenance contract. This was important. Okay, so this was the schemes part for rural development, Ministry of Rural Development, and I think this would be sufficient for this. And thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned.